So this is chapter 12, notes 2, exterior angles of polygons. So our focus will be on the outside angles of triangles and quadrilaterals for these notes. The first part of the notes asks you to use a protractor, which of course you may or may not have a protractor, but let's just assume that at some point in our lives we learned how to use a protractor to measure angles. So if I was to take that protractor and measure angle A, I'd be measuring this angle here. Okay, that would be measure of angle A. And then if I was to take that same protractor and measure here, that would be angle B. And I would write it in here. And then I would do angle C, which would be here. And then I'd write it here. Now to show you the exterior angles, angle D is outside the triangle, but it uses one of the sides to help form it. So that would be D, and then here would be E, and here would be F. So if we took a few minutes to actually measure those, here's what we would get. These numbers up in the chart now shows you that the measure of angle F is 118, angle D is 106, angle E is 136, measure of angle A is 74 degrees, angle B is 44, and angle C is 64. So now we're going to do some simple adding. They want us to start out by adding angle D, E, and F together. So that's going to be 106, 136, and 118. So if we take the calculator, go 106 plus 136 plus 118, we find out that those three, those were the exterior angles, are 360 degrees. So we can jump right down right now to the conclusion, which you probably ought to write on your notes paper. Exterior angles of a triangle will always add up to 360 degrees. Now, just so that we can see what happens here, if I add A plus D, A and D would be 106 plus 74, and I would get 180. And that's because those two angles form a straight line, which is supplementary, adds up to 180, straight angle. I don't think we've done supplementary yet, but we've definitely done straight angles. So the two angles together form a straight angle. And then you'll notice that B and E will be 136 plus 44, also adds up to 180. And you'll notice that C and F, 62 plus 118, adds up to 180 because each of the interior-exterior pairs always forms a straight angle, and all straight angles are 180 degrees. Okay, so let's do some examples here. Number 1, find the measure of angle 4. Well, let's see. I know that this exterior angle here, this one here, and this one here, and this one here should add up to equal 360 degrees. So I'm going to say 92 plus 123 plus, I'll call it X, equals 180. And I'll solve it. So I'll do the 92 plus the 123 and get 215 plus X equals 180. Subtract 215 from each side. And in number 1, I'll find out that X is, which is really angle 4, is 360 minus 215, which is 145 degrees. And I'll pick up in the next video with the rest.